only managed one in 626 games in his career. Lee, whose career has been revitalised after the departure of Ruud Gullit. Dyer was the intended target of the long ball forward. Nolan forced backwards and helped out by Walker, and then Ketsbaia beaten with a very physical challenge in the midfield. Now De Bilde, and Sheffield Wednesday have got a man over for a moment. Newcastle getting bodies back in numbers. Sonner. Good run by Alexanderson. We've got goal side of Domi. Booth couldn't get there in the penalty area. That made irrelevant by a push from the Sheffield Wednesday striker. It's a wonderful ball. Alexanderson timing his run to perfection, just peeling between Goma and Domi. As Booth looked for his first goal since March, it was a push on Warren Barton. Throw taken quickly. Shearer onside, as you always are from the throw. Cross, not what it might have been. Easy for Kevin Pressman in the end. He hasn't had a bad season since coming into the side to replace Pavel Cernicek, the former Newcastle goalkeeper who is on the bench today. Booth putting the pressure on Goma again. And Andy Booth, having got the ball over the goalkeeper, couldn't quite hit the target, and Newcastle survived. Sheffield Wednesday have started much the brighter. Goma wasn't at all sure where the ball was going to bounce, and then Booth, taking his opportunity very early, got the ball over Steve Harper, but couldn't get it into the empty net. Ketsbaia. Edison Tome, the man that bailed his side out. Again, the early ball played, this time by Robert Lee. Ketsbaia threatened to get goal side of Tome. Newcastle have the first corner of the game. Solano with it, Ketsbaia meets it, and his header always climbing too high for Kevin Pressman. Ketsbaia did well. He managed to steal a yard from Des Walker. Tomorrow Ketsbaia, who scored one goal in his last 12 games, coming in the impressive midweek victory out in Bulgaria. Booth and De Bilde both going for the same ball for a while. Wednesday pick possession up with Sonner. Alexanderson. Sheffield Wednesday have enjoyed the majority of possession in the early stages. Alexanderson seemingly well tackled there by Gary Speed, but the referee's given the free kick. Speed, who was quite magnificent out in the Balkans. Another chance for Sheffield Wednesday to flood bodies forward. They've already come close through Booth, should be in the lead. Alexanderson with the free kick, delivered deeper this time, looking for Tome, who stole in inside the penalty area. Barton will be able to get it clear, although not very effectively. And a second attempt at getting the ball away from the danger area, not much better. Lee, the man caught in possession by Rudy. Rudy's ball forward, very much out of the hit and hope category. Newcastle taking time to settle. Domi felt as though the free kick should have been his. Play allowed to continue by referee Neil Barry. Speed again in the thick of the action. The builder putting the pressure on. Newcastle conceding more possession. Tell Aaron Hughes getting the ball out of harm's way. Gilles de Builder yet to score since his £3 million move from PSV Eindhoven. 1-1 hurled in the box by Newsom. Solano with the clearance and gets by his volley forward, picked up by Shearer. And with his pass for Barton. Rudy winning it back for Wednesday. Neither side really have been able to come to terms with the gale that's blowing here on Tyneside. The wind blowing in Sheffield Wednesday's favour in this first half. Hence Rudy's ball being overhit and Shearer's ball to Barton being underhit. Gets by, gives chase, but Walker finds his goalkeeper, Kevin Pressman. Wednesday winning most of the ball in the midfield in the early stages. Alexanderson playing it forward. The shepherding job at the back was effective enough. Steve Harper, the local boy, 50 games for various clubs around the country on loan before making his Newcastle debut. Domi. First chance for Kieran Dyer to have his foot on the ball in the game. Solano's in a lot of space for him. Barton instead the man that he picked out. Lee's little flick put forward for Shearer. Walker again taking no chances, more than content to volley it away from the England captain, who himself has gone 10 games without a goal in open play. Rob Lee, Shearer. Pressman got just enough contact on the ball to get it away from Shearer. And the push in the back from the England skipper on John Newsom is unpunished. It will be a goal kick. Shearer felt as though he was being obstructed. Lee it was that played the ball across. Pressman came out, got his hand to it, but Shearer chased the loose ball. Newsom tried to shepherd it away. And Newsom not only perhaps obstructed Shearer, but possibly got the last touch to put it over the line for a corner as well. Harper's clearance not the best, and the diving header towards goal. The offside flag is up, and the goal doesn't count, and that could be a contentious decision. It was Booth that put the ball into the net from close range after Harper's complete miskick clearance after the ball from Goma. Booth charged him down. Now Booth had run up the field of play there. That header was going into the net from the builder, and the goal might have stood. Booth, though, interfering with play, wastes the chance for Sheffield Wednesday. Shearer. Newcastle yet to get a grip of the midfield. That's a wonderful turn by Shearer. But past Tome. Dyer was waiting for him in the centre. But it's only a corner. Shearer looking back to his best. The nutmeg of Emerson Tome. Unfortunately, the cross wasn't quite as good as that piece of skill, but it is a corner. Shearer takes his place in the centre. Solano drives it in. Speed made a run from deep, but it was Walker that got it away. Solano slips around a very errant challenge from Rudy. Dyer lays it off. Newcastle not willing to take responsibility in front of goal at the moment. Appeals for offside from Kevin Pressman in vain as Dyer picks the ball up. The ball across, and a back one! Newcastle take the lead against the run of play inside the opening 12 minutes. Wonderful skill by Kieran Dyer to supply the cross. And Aaron Hughes, the man that was there to get the first goal of his career. Dyer's cross, inch perfect, and Hughes stepping up from his marker just knocked the header past Pressman. Newcastle score. Aaron Hughes, still only 19, has got a big, big goal in his young career. Newcastle lead 1-0. Well, you can't argue that Sheffield Wednesday aren't used to being behind this season. They've lost their last 4 games in the league coming into this one, and the only blemish to that 0% record was the 0-0 draw at Stoke. But as yet, they're yet to be able to come from behind in any games this season. Aaron Hughes, only in the side because of the suspension to Nikos Davizas, breaks his goal drought. First goal of his career. Wednesday have had the better chances, could be in again. Good save by Harper, possibly just going wide. But Newcastle, although they've got the goal, have looked very, very shaky at the back. It was Booth that met the long throw with a little flick. And as it was played back across the edge of the penalty area, Donnelly knows that he should have done better. Only making his second start for Sheffield Wednesday, Simon Donnelly, but they've had chances in the early stages. Somehow they're behind. Offside against the builder as it's played forward by Danny Sonner. Simon Donnelly only making the second start for Sheffield Wednesday since his Bosman-style move from Celtic in the summer, and he knows that he should have scored his first goal for his new club when Andy Booth's flick-on found him inside the penalty area. Wednesday can't argue that they haven't had the chances. They've been the better side in the opening stages, yet still find themselves behind. Shearer waits for the long ball from Ketz Bayer. Newsom equal to that. Newcastle, as under Kevin Keegan, looking much, much better when they're pushing forward than when they're on the back foot. Lee. Second ball better than his first. Now Domi. Shearer, who's been dropping out to the left flank on many occasions early on. French challenge comes in very late there. It'll be a free kick the other way. Donnelly is already walking back, having felt himself that he fouled Gary Speed. Dyer that played the ball back towards Speed. And the free kick not given. It's Bayer trying to turn in the midfield. It's Anderson, the man that won the ball back for Sheffield Wednesday. The best header by Goma. First time this afternoon. Foul on Andy Booth gives Wednesday another free kick inside Newcastle territory. Sonner belatedly takes the free kick. Now Nolan. Andy Booth unable to get there before Goma. Looks as though Booth might just have picked up a knockdown, having been brought down a few moments ago. Wasn't able to show much pace as he tried to chase Goma and put the pressure on. Now Wednesday win another free kick. Alexanderson it will be to fire it inside the penalty area. Again, Sheffield Wednesday getting the heads on it inside the box. Didier Domi getting the last touch from John Newsom's header towards goal. Referee deciding it's a corner and not a goal kick. Alexanderson, the executor of all of Sheffield Wednesday's set plays, will trot out to take it. Wednesday will feel as though they deserve at least an equaliser. Here comes the corner from Alexanderson. It's a poor one. Shearer can easily deal with. Dyer's little layoff plays in Barton. The black and white shirts flood forward. Warren Barton perhaps just taking a little bit too much time in deciding what the next ball should be. Wednesday have got 8 yellow shirts behind the ball as it swung out towards Ketsbaia. Domi, back to Dyer, takes it in his stride, Shearer in the centre, might not need him! Only a good save from Kevin Pressman denies Newcastle a second goal. Eyebrows were raised when Kieran Dyer was signed for £6 million from Ipswich, but it already looks to be £6 million extremely well spent, coming very, very close to his second Newcastle goal there. Solano with the corner, just too long for speed. De Builder hooking it away. Now it's Sheffield Wednesday's turn to try and hit the opposition on the break. Nolan. This for handball against De Builder, unheeded by the referee. This is Des Walker. Lee, the man who missed the challenge. Warren Barton's hopeful ball forward. Too long for Ketsbaia. John Newsom's been in the thick of the action at either end, having had one header go narrowly over the bar. Newsom. Alexanderson made the run for him. Domi's little slip. Surrender possession for Newcastle. Good turn by Alexanderson. Cross. Not quite so good. Steve Harper can safely watch that one past. Alexanderson. His 3rd season at Hillsborough now. Lee had a little chance of being able to pick up a loose ball through the midfield. Now Danny Sonner for Wednesday. Looking for Booth, cut out by Goma. Ball by Des Walker, finds De Builder. So Control just took him away from the direction of play there. Still they maintain possession. This is Nolan. There's much movement as Panarudi tried to play the ball away. Speed, who's been very deep in the midfield for getting the ball clear for Newcastle. Domi misses his kick. Shaky starter left back, Frenchman. Rudy. Now Nolan. Newcastle unable to get the ball clear. Taking no chances. Goal scorer Aaron Hughes just puts the ball behind for a corner. The best of crosses from Ian Nolan on his weaker foot, his right. He was going straight towards Steve Harper. Hughes taking no chances, concedes the 3rd corner that Sheffield Wednesday have won in the game. Barton with the clearance. Newsom and Speed tangling. Still Wednesday unable to get a decent touch on it inside the penalty area. Ketsbaia brought down by Ellison Tone in the eyes of the Newcastle fans, but the referee again quite content to let it go. He's done that on a few occasions. The Sheffield Wednesday player not penalised. Danny Wilson must be very frustrated at the start of the game. Not only is Sider behind, they've missed 2 very decent opportunities. Had the ball in the net but disallowed for offside. I just wonder when it's all going to end for him. Kieran Dyer wins the free kick. Foul by his opposite number 7, Danny Sonner, the former Ipswich man. Certainly felt as though Dyer made the most of that. Free kick taken too quickly. They let it run for Shearer, now Barton. Nolan's clearance not the best, but he got away with it. Barton played his 400th career game out in Sophia in the week, and the milestone today in the Newcastle side is the 450th appearance for Gary Speed in his career. Domi. Very little movement from the Newcastle players as one of the midfielders looks to play it forward. Then a moment's hesitation between Speed and Gomer as they both let the ball roll for each other, but Steve Harper, the grateful recipient in the end. Hetzmeyer will give chase. There's Walker grateful that Newcastle are kicking down the hill rather than up the hill in this first half. The ball always rolling away from Hetzmeyer. Lee cutting out Nolan's hopeful ball forward. Dyer, intent to take it into space, gets the crying man on and didn't get rid of the ball quickly enough. Peter Rudy will try and play into builder. Hughes comes across. Good interception by the Northern Ireland international. Not the greatest ball out by Steve Harper. So bad a ball it was that Warren Barton was able to pick it up and thump it upfield. Lovely skill by Speed. Now Domi. Running at Donnelly. Cross too deep though. Sheffield Wednesday will have a goal kick. Didier Domi struggled to exert much of an influence in the opening 25 minutes of the game. Free kick, not exactly from the right spot, but the referee quite happy. That looked like handball by Solano. The referee allows play to continue. Well cut out by Sonner. Lee stopping Booth in his tracks. Now Speed. Shearer just drifts back onside. Wonderful ball by Shearer for Solano. Gets by it, goes towards the near post. The Peruvian couldn't quite keep it in. Newcastle, for one of the rare occasions so far this afternoon, being able to get in behind the fullback. Shearer playing the ball behind Ian Nolan, and Solano just unable to get there. In the second half, kicking up the hill. That might have just held up nicely for the Peruvian. Booth goes down again under challenge from Goma this time. Wednesday physio Dave Galley coming on to administer some treatment.
Come on, forget about it.
Alan Goma's been marking Andy Booth pretty tight so far, and none tighter than that. A bit of blood in evidence from the Frenchman. Danny Wilson and Danny Sonner just exchanging a few views on how the first 26 minutes have gone. Wednesday, I'm sure, still can't quite believe that they're behind. Certainly the Wednesday bench much more animated than Bobby Robson and Steve Clark in the background, who will inwardly be very pleased with the way things have gone so far. Newcastle looking for their first home league win since February. Andy Booth, who hasn't scored since March, looks as though he won't be scoring today. Clash of heads with Goma. Seems as though it's going to signal the end of Booth's participation. So Andy Booth stretched it off the field of play after that clash with Alan Goma. The 25-year-old striker was certainly, I guess, playing no further part. But that gives a real dilemma for Danny Wilson. Does he bring Benito Carboni on now? Won't be much more male modelling for Andy Booth in the next couple of weeks. Domi. Lee. Looks for Solano again. This time, again, the Peruvian can't quite get there. Well, Benito Carboni has never been happy with being a substitute for Sheffield Wednesday. He's only made 3 starts this season. But after being a substitute for the last 2 games, after he walked out at Southampton when he was initially dropped down to the bench, Carboni comes on again. This time he's got an hour to prove his worth for Sheffield Wednesday. Danny Wilson. Tome. Pressurised by Lee and then by Dyer. And Goma. Great run forward by Speed. Shearer in the centre for him. Attacker from Tome, effective enough. And a very late challenge going in on Kieran Dyer by Simon Donnelly. Best of touches by John Newsom, and a little bit of the Bruce Lees from Simon Donnelly. Free kick is in a dangerous position. The free kick is in a dangerous position for Newcastle as well. Solano it will be to swing the ball in. Won't need to put too much on this. Hughes and Shearer both make runs. Appeals for handball against Donnelly as the ball was swung inside the penalty area, but it will be a corner. And not a penalty which Solano will take. Referee Neil Barry not happy with Alan Goma, who picked up a knock after that challenge with Andy Booth, and it seems as though the wound is open. And so referee Barry just ordering Goma off the field of play so he can get it stitched up. Corner taken short to catch Bayer. Shearer! Newcastle double the lead. Alan Shearer finally gets an elusive goal. He hadn't scored in open play for 10 games since last season. But Shearer doubles Newcastle's lead and triples the misery for Danny Wilson. Wasn't the best ball back out towards Solano, but Shearer just ghosting goal side of Des Walker to flick the ball across Kevin Pressman, and Newcastle 2 up inside the opening half an hour. Well, he may not have got on with Ruud Gullit. Alan Shearer certainly is turning himself into Bobby Robson's greatest pal. Good touch by Shearer. Domi. Shearer hasn't been picked up at the far post if Newcastle can get the ball over to their right wing. That's exactly what they've managed to do. Speed finding Shearer. Barton is straight offside. Shearer having to hold up possession. This is Barton though. Appeals for handball. The referee gives a penalty. Emerson Tone handling Warren Barton's cross. And Newcastle fans who haven't had a good day at St James's Park for so many months are having a classic afternoon. Toby was that got his hand in the way of Barton's cross. And Alan Shearer now with a chance to score 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes. A rueful shake of the head from Emerson Tone, but the handball was clear for all to see. Now Shearer, 3-0 to Newcastle United, and the Bobby Robson era on Tyneside that started with one of the famous Newcastle European nights is starting here at St James's Park with a classic Newcastle afternoon. There was no way he was going to miss. So Newcastle leading by 3 goals to 0 in a game that, by and large, they've been second best in. He lives it, Alan Shearer, doesn't he? Domi. Spire trying to feed the ball out to Dyer with a cheeky little back heel, but was unable to do that. Alexanderson was stopped in possession by the referee. Decided that a free kick would work better for Wednesday than any advantage. Carbone, I don't think, has touched the ball as yet. Well, he hasn't been at the heart of all of Sheffield Wednesday's problems this season. He has scored more goals than everyone else at the club put together, despite the fact he's only started 3 games. So much depends on Benito Carbone to bail his side out now in any shape or form with a performance which he believes he's capable of every week from the start. Not even Newcastle have thrown away a 3-goal lead so far this season. Now Solano putting the pressure on Nolan. From Solano that got the last touch as he was trying to buy the throw all the corner off the Tranmere fullback. Patched up Goma, denies Carbone, getting the ball inside the penalty area. Shearer keeps the ball on. He can't stay on the field and play himself. Good header by Goma. They win the free kick, they've taken it quickly. Too long for Carbone though. Question of more haste and less speed, really, from the Wednesday midfield. Alexanderson it was that swung it forward very quickly. Alan Goma able to shepherd the ball away past Benito Carbone. Domi dealing with an awkward ball well. Barton. Shearer doing well to hold on challenges from 3 Sheffield Wednesday players. Lee's ball has got the legs to meet Domi. Shearer in the centre on a hat-trick. If Domi can provide the cross for him, very nearly good. Can Solano? Somehow, no one able to make contact with either cross. Shearer retreating from an offside position. And Newcastle have really built up a head of steam now. This is speed. Ketspire will chase the cross, but it can be easily dealt with by Tome. Domi gets by with a little flick, but to nowhere in particular. And to Builder. A bit more space for Wednesday. Though in the last 10 minutes, quarter of an hour or so, they really have provided nothing as an attacking cohesive unit. This is Carbone. Wednesday unable to provide the incisive ball. Rudy will try and do exactly that for Carbone, but Gomer and Harper have the defensive understanding now to be able to deal with situations like that. Ball put out of play because one of the Newcastle players is down injured. Kieran Dyer it is, right on the edge of the Wednesday penalty area that haven't been able to retreat. Newcastle physio Derek Wright will go on and just dish out the necessary treatment to Dyer. Wonderful cross by Domi, looking for Shearer, just behind him. He was gambling, I think, that Des Walker was going to be able to get there. Magnificent skill by Solano, got the ball across. Again, missed by Walker. The missed kick clearance didn't help either. Newcastle somehow unable to find a 4th goal. Well, it's only a superficial skin wound for Alain Goma, but certainly a lot more than skin deep what's happened to Sheffield Wednesday this afternoon. 3-0 down, having been the better side until they conceded the first goal. And they know that it's going to be 1 point from 8 games. Ketspire. Space for Dyer, who's fully recovered. If he can keep the ball in play, he can. The lack of defensive cover means that he can get on the end of it. Shearer on a hat-trick! A picture book goal to wrap up the first half of Newcastle United. And Alan Shearer starts Bobby Robson's Tyneside reign with a hat-trick in a basement battle to end them all. Ketspire's wonderful vision picked out Dyer. He had so much space that even the slightly inaccurate ball didn't faze him. Shearer nipping in front of Des Walker, completes a hat-trick, 3 goals for Shearer in the space of 10 minutes. Newcastle 4-0 up before the break. His 60th goal for his hometown club, coming in his 110th game. A hat-trick in the space of 10 minutes for Shearer. And Newcastle, this time, might just hold on. Solano, can Newcastle get a fifth before half-time? Wonderful skill by the Peruvian. Dyer just straight into an offside position. Appeals for handball against Rudy. Now Lee. Barton ball almost finding its way through the Kets Dyer after Dyer's shot was picked up by the Georgian. Almost exhibition stuff now from Newcastle. Goma dancing round Carbone. Solano tries his luck. Deflection helped Ken impress him, if anything. De Builder. Newcastle looking much more out the back than they did in the early stages, although a bit of space for Donnelly. And his control epitomising 45 minutes of hell for Sheffield Wednesday. 3 extra minutes, Newcastle will feel confident that they might get a fifth before the break. Probably one of the most ruthless 45-minute displays that they've seen here on Tyneside, stretching back to Kevin Keegan's reign. Newcastle stuck 6 past Barnsley in the first half at the back end of the 92-93 season. And when you consider that for the first half of this first half, Newcastle were probably marginally outplayed by Wednesday, who should have had at least 1, possibly 2 goals. It just shows Wednesday's collapse to be all the more. Tome's clearance hits Newsom, and it's a throw to Newcastle. He's had better days, Danny Wilson. Plenty of space for Solano if Dyer can pick him out. Solano just drifting infield to receive the ball. Couldn't play in Kets Bayer. Shearer had dropped wide again. Speed and Domi. Kets Bayer at the near post. Frenchman's ball not good enough to pick him out. Speed again. Newsom and Sonner between them can get the ball back towards Kevin Pressman. They've got it clear just about in time. The builder. Sheffield Wednesday look for a consolation at the end of a dreadful first half. Carbone, the only man in the centre. Steve Harper, being a foot taller than him and 10 foot nearer the ball, always going to be able to get there first. Alex Anderson now for Wednesday. Trying to play in Pederudi, and Newcastle can break. And they'll end the first half by putting more pressure on the Wednesday defence. This is speed. Shearer to his right. Dyer and Kensmeyer in the centre. For the man who scored a hat-trick, poor clearance, back out to speed. Stumble didn't help, but he still manages to maintain possession. Shearer's in an offside position, so Lee had to play the ball sideways. Wednesday able to clear, although Carbone was waiting for the ball to come towards him rather than making a run. Wednesday winning the free kick. Didier Domi, the guilty party. Goma just stood watching as the ball bounced towards the builder. Managed to get himself out of trouble though. Now Dyer. 3 ahead of him, one of them Solano. Dyer makes a return run. Pulled back, was he by Pederudi? The referee says that'll be a free kick to Newcastle right at the end of the first half. In a dangerous position again for Wednesday. Dyer's pace had got him past Rudy. Rudy, there wasn't much contact, but certainly enough contact to throw Dyer off his stride. Solano with the free kick. Speed's header, and that should have been 5. Decent free kick. Gary Speed, who's scored a couple of goals already this season against Southampton and Wimbledon by attacking balls played in from the right flank early, just unable to get his 3rd goal of the season. A standing ovation for Newcastle United at the end of the first half that they've dominated. Alan Shearer scoring a 10.5-minute hat-trick to give Newcastle a 4-goal cushion by half-time. Shearer scoring his first goal in 10 games in open play, then scoring the second 90 seconds later from the penalty spot after a handball by Emerson Tome, and completing his hat-trick 2 minutes before half-time after wonderful work by Kieran Dyer. Newcastle took the lead early on when Des Walker was beaten in the air by Aaron Hughes. Newcastle's 4-goal display, a little bit harsh on Sheffield Wednesday, who were the better side for the first 20 minutes, but Danny Wilson's miserable season has just reached a new low. At the break, Newcastle 4, Sheffield Wednesday 0.
I'm John McCurry and I'm Chief Executive of the Newcastle West End Food Bank. Essentially over the course of the month we would issue food parcels to about 800 people on average every month, and those parcels are issued to people who can't really afford food. We get people coming for all sorts of strange and wonderful reasons, and we just try and support them at their time of need.
I don't forget when I start, you know, for me, it's really important to come here for talk with some people, because you have some people don't have a lot of money for come every week in a stadium, but they love football, but they cannot come always. And this for me, it's important. And what I see today, it's amazing. You have a lot of people take a really long time for do some eat, and this it's really, really good.
We have Alan along today. And that's great in some ways because it really promotes, and it's great to see the footballers having a big interest in what's happening in their community. But the other thing that it does, like the match day collections, is raises the profile of poverty and food hunger in the city for many families.
For me, when you have money, if you can help, like do what you want, like it's in a time, give a time or give a money, do what you feel, you know. If you want to do some things, you have to do it if you want it, and this is really important. For this, I'm happy to be in this club because they do great things.
Our colleagues and fans from the Newcastle Fans Food Bank got together and set up what they called essentially NUFC Fans Food Bank, so that on match days we go along to St James's Park on Strawberry Place, park up our van, and just get out the collection buckets and really collect food and cash donations from the public. I got to say the generosity is overwhelming. Their support actually keeps us going throughout the course of the year. Without it, we'd be lost. And really, it helps us meet the demand coming in from people. So the resources you see today, the only reason we can deliver them is because of the support of the club. To get the issue promoted into the public eye really creates more of awareness, and when things like this happen, we can see a rise in food donations, and that's only all to the good for us because it then helps us meet the demand. So that friendly circle and relationship with the club, with the fans food bank, and with the fans making those donations is essential to our survival really, and meeting the needs of people who can't afford food.
Well, John Joe, great to see you. How are you? How's the family?
Yeah, we're all good. I mean, it's obviously difficult times for people, but we're obviously fortunate enough to have stuff in the house to do stuff and try and keep the kids entertained. And there's a lot more going on in the world to worry about people like us. But yeah, it's hard, but you just have to get on with it at the end of the day. It's hopefully we just never have to deal with this in our lifetime ever again.
As a young family, what's lockdown been like for you all?
It's just trying to keep the kids entertained, to be honest with you. I mean, my sister and her partner have been up since we went into lockdown. So it's kept, and she's obviously got two young girls as well. So it's my kids have had their cousins to play with constantly. So there's obviously been a few little rows and things like that, but it's apart from that, it's been smoothly. And to be fair, it's only on Sundays we find that the day goes really slow, but then through the week the days are going quick because we're constantly busy and exercising and stuff like that.
So we've got 3 kids here. They're all out at the moment, but a 9-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 3-month-old. Yeah, the younger 2 don't require homeschooling, but the 9-year-old does, which we found an interesting challenge. Have you found that with your 6-year-old?
Yeah, I mean, I'm struggling to do the work first. Yeah, it's hard for me, let alone a 6-year-old, and there's so much of it. They get so much work. It's mad. But it obviously has to be done, and if she can't do it, I'll end up just doing it anyway. But I tend to do the PE ones. So if anything involves football, rugby or something like that, then I get nominated to do them ones. So that's just how it goes in this household.
What would you have been like as a 6-year-old in lockdown, do you think?
If I had hair, I'd be pulling it out, to be honest with you. I'd be so bored. Because you just, as a kid, you've got so much energy, you just want to constantly do stuff. And I mean, growing up, I didn't have the luxuries of what my kids have, and of a big trampoline in the back garden, and a bike to go around the house in, and obviously games rooms and stuff like that. And they're very fortunate, and they obviously get told how fortunate they are. And I take my kids back home about a few months ago and show them where I grew up and what it was like for me growing up. And I don't think, obviously they're still a bit young to understand, but they're obviously very fortunate to have what they have.
You're obviously football mad as a kid, and that maybe got you through some times. Can you give us an insight into how sort of dedicated and obsessed you were about it, even from a sort of young age?
Yeah, I was very football orientated. My dad obviously pushed me a lot to pursue a football career, and I'd have to come home from school, and there was a little brick wall outside my house, and I'd have to do 100 passes with my right foot, 100 passes with my left foot every night, and I weren't allowed to come in and have my dinner until I'd done that. My schoolwork sort of got pushed to the side. But as a kid, I was just, all it was football. I mean, even when I was like 12, 13, and girls start to come into the picture, and your mates are going out graffitiing on walls and things like that, and I was just never, on a Friday night, I'd be indoors watching Steven Gerrard DVDs. So I've got a game on the Saturday morning, And my mates would be out ringing me saying, "You're coming out, your girlfriend's out," and stuff like this. And I'd just be like, "I can't, I've got to stay in." And it hurt at the time, but then looking back at it, you think that I made the right decision. You know what I mean? And it all pays off in the end.
As for now, is ball work just as important, more important than fitness work for you personally?
I think, like what I've done, I train 3 times a day. So I get up in the morning and then we go and do some running over a field in the morning, like all more like high intensity and longer stuff. And then we come back and have a bit of breakfast. And then we train at 4:30 in the gym. I'll probably do another run on the treadmill or a bike, and then we do some weights and core, and then we swim in the evenings after dinner. So that's what I've been doing near enough every day. But I think now we're getting back to the stages of we may be going back soon. Then it's time. So obviously you've got the base fitness. You just need to sharpen up on the quicker stuff, the shorter stuff, and try and involve the ball in that sense. And yeah.
Probably seems a long time ago now, but just before lockdown, you signed a new contract. It's been a bit of a journey for you at Newcastle, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey. I've really enjoyed it here, and I'm just happy that this contract will take me till I'm 30, 31, and maybe even further. So hopefully I can fulfil that contract and repay the club in terms of rewarding me with that length of the contract.
I was going to say, we talked about your childhood, but this brings you into your 30s. I don't know if that's a scary prospect for you, but what do you hope the future holds?
I think about it every day, to be honest. Yeah, what will I do after football? I mean, I won't be able to sit around the house. I just can't do it. I need to be doing something. And I'll probably try and get myself into coaching, but I want to try and play in America by the time I'm finished, and I'd like to obviously come back and try and play for Charlton towards the end of my career as well. So there's still a lot of things to try and achieve, and then I'll probably live back home in Essex and see what happens from there. But I will try and get into the coaching route after football.
What would you like to achieve at Newcastle?
I'd like to get the club into Europe, to be honest with you. I mean, I've played in Europe at Liverpool and even at Swansea, and it's some competition. You don't realise what it brings to the club and what it brings to the city. I mean, I know the club have been in Europe in the past, but it'd just be nice to play in Europe while I'm still at the club.
Well, it's great to see you, John Joe, and good luck with the PE lessons.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Welcome to Stormgain Question Time, where I'm joined by Alan St Maximin, Matty Longstaff, the captain Jamal Lascelles, the defender Fabian Shearer, and we've got Carl Darlow, the goalkeeper here at Newcastle United.
Yeah, it's a big challenge for me because before I played in the French, and it's really different, you know, the league. For me, England, it's the best league, and it's a big challenge because I play in England, I have to talk different because I have to speak English, and for me it's really different in the dressing room with my partner, with everything, but I feel much better now.
Okay, what is your nickname? Maxi?
Yeah.
Maxi Coin?
Yeah, no, Maxi, that's it. My favorite position is number 10. Yeah, I love play there because I can go everywhere. I am more free than when I play in the left or in the right. It's more difficult for the defender to catch me.
They're striker. Has to be.
You know what you do and where you do.
Yeah, but obviously they get the glory as well. So it's completely different to what we do. We're obviously trying to keep the ball out of the net, and I think obviously strikers that score goals obviously go for big money and make big money. So that's where it's at.
This was already like 10 years ago, and on this time I think crypto wasn't like that high rated like now.
Yeah, I think a few of the lads obviously here last year got involved with it, and I think it boomed quite a bit last year and obviously started to recline a little bit again.
Yeah, I know some friends who are working with Bitcoins and this stuff.
Probably a bit of both. I think you've got to put the hard work in and just to get the stage that I got to there, and then I think obviously a bit of luck comes into it with the way it felt was and stuff from jet row, so I think it's a bit of both.
I do more assists, but score is good because you can do some celebration. But I love to do assists. I think I prefer to do assists. My best moment, I think it's when I was in Nice when we played 2 times against Naples in Ligue des Champions. I think it's my best moment. Yeah, because you play in Champions League and it's great feeling.
For me, I was early away from home, away from my family, from the friends. So it's not easy sometimes. You miss the things to do with the stuff with family, with friends, and yeah. But at the other side, you can play in big leagues. So really it's nice to do it.
Well, there's so many.
all in training.
Forest, double penalty. Yeah, penalty saves are always good, and then I think last-minute saves are the ones that stick by you when you've won the game and save the team at the end.
Personally, I think when we played Forest, he made two penalty saves in one game. That's quite rare for a goalie to do that. So it's a shame we didn't win, but yeah.
No.
Well, it's nearly 8 hours since Sheffield Wednesday scored a goal. They need 4 in 45 minutes to even get a point in this basement battle. The chances of Sheffield Wednesday going back down the A1 and the M1 with anything seems extremely remote, even at this premature juncture of the game. The first touch for the substitute Steve Haslam is a throw. The builder trying to roll off Alan Goma. Doesn't give it away. Sloppy start to the second half as it was the first. Steve Harper making a comfortable save from Danny Son's speculative effort. The way back to Steve Harper was blocked for Warren Barton by Benito Carbone. Shearer. Dyer making a run, wants it in space, driven early. Shearer goes alone, tries to play it into speed. Suspicion of handball. Shearer plays it back in. Dyer heads it in for a fifth for Newcastle. Less than 2 minutes into the second half, it's 5-0. A comedy of errors in the Sheffield Wednesday defence. And Kieran Dyer scores a second goal for his new club. Well, Dyer made a run very early for Shearer. The ball bounced through for Speed. Suspicion of handball, more than a suspicion of handball against Speed, who then, lying on the ground, got the faintest of touches as it came through to Dyer. And Kieran Dyer, supplier of Newcastle's fourth, is the scorer of the fifth. Sheffield Wednesday can consider themselves very unlucky. It was a blatant handball by Gary Speed as the ball came through. But when it's not your day, it simply isn't your day. When it's not your season, it simply isn't your season. Sheffield Wednesday know all about both of those. Carbone, unable to do anything with it, and the ball's gone out, but it is a Sheffield Wednesday corner. And Gary Speed, he's got the luckiest left hand on Tyneside at the moment. Shearer let it run. I don't know whether he got a call from the linesman, but certainly the flag was up to save Shearer's blushes as the ball was played over the top. Carbone had strayed too far forward. Space now for Kieran Dyer. Gomez behind him in support, gets Bayer, Shearer and Speed all in the centre. Rolls it back to Domi. Didn't quite find Shearer, it was cleared in the centre by Simon Donnelly. Barton continues his run and is picked out by Rob Lee. Walker standing firm. And there wasn't an obvious escape route for him. Controlled by Sonnet. Puts the pressure back on the Sheffield Wednesday back line. Barton again attacking the space. Not contented by the throwing down of the corner flag. Well, Danny Wilson's half-time decision to go to three centre-halves with Emerson Tome alongside Des Walker and John Newsom, thinking he hasn't worked. He kept a clean sheet for the first 100 seconds of the second half, no more than that. Gets Bayer. Lee. Now Solano. Still Alberto Solano. Stands it up towards Shearer at the far post. And Haslam, very, very calm, but almost stuck through his own net for a sixth. It was Lee's incisive ball forward. Solano cut past his marker. In fact, it was Newsom that got the last touch, just ahead of Steve Haslam, put it out for the corner. Solano with it. Speed threw himself headlong, but was unable to get the contact that he was after. Good persistence by Solano. Didn't quite have the strength to match. Dyer. Shearer. Now Speed. Carbone tracking back well. Domi. Cleared after a fashion by Walker. Speed caught by Benito Carbone there. Petulant tackle from the Italian. Seems as though Benito Carbone might have learned a bit of English in his time over here. Push off the ball on Gary Speed, gives Newcastle a free kick in a dangerous position, and Wednesday, who you might have expected to come out for the second half with increased resolve, still seem to be very much up against it. Solano's free kick. The little flick just took it away from Alan Shearer at the far post. Little flick caused all sorts of problems. Took it over the head of Des Walker, and unfortunately for Newcastle, just over the head of their captain, who, having already scored 3 this afternoon, must be rubbing his hands with glee at the prospect of another 40-odd minutes to play against the side who will be a long way bottom of the Premiership tonight. Cleverly done by Lee. Still only 33 years of age, Rob Lee. A man whose career looked to have reached a crossroads under Ruud Gullit. Wasn't even given a squad number at the start of the season, but has produced 2 fantastic performances in the last 4 days for Newcastle. You think that he's back to his very best. Little doubt that the Toon Army are more than happy to idolise their new leader. Who can wonder? 2-0 win away in Bulgaria, only the 4th time that Newcastle have won on foreign soil, followed by at least 5 goals at home to Sheffield Wednesday in his home debut as manager. It may have taken 66 years for Bobby Robson to arrive here at St James's Park in an official capacity. Probably worth the wait. Here's Dyer. Still Kieran Dyer. Quite find Shearer with the layoff, which was cleared by Haslam. It was a thankless task for Haslam, coming on 4-0 down to only his 6th senior appearance of his career. The tackle came from speed. Steve Haslam on as a half-time substitute. Danny Wilson elected to play 3 centre-halves, and Nolan and Haslam as wing-backs. Steve Haslam having a torrid start to his career playing in that defence. League slightly flat-footed, but still have plenty of time to adjust as Dyer played it into his path. Now Barton, 3 in the centre for him. Only picked out Tone, but this is speed. Good reverse ball for Dyer. Domi behind him in support if he needs him. This is Ketsbayer now. And Solano was queuing up for the shot. Roll back for Lee. Cleared away by Newsom. Dyer again. Sheffield Wednesday chasing shadows. Dyer wins another free kick. Wonderful possession football by Newcastle. It was Donnelly that made the Eric challenge. And Solano fancies chances again of being able to put the ball on the head of one of the many black and white shirted players inside the penalty area. Only Haslam and Donnelly defending the kick. Newsom's clearance straight back to Solano. Poor ball by him though. Goma maybe looks slightly better than it had initially appeared. Cut out again by Solano. One thing that Bobby Robson has quickly introduced to this Newcastle side is the ability and willingness to track back whenever the opposition have the ball. And all but Shearer behind the ball now as Carboni plays it back to Tone. Almost cut out by Ketsbayer. For support control out of Ian Nolan. Newcastle seem to have so much space all over the park. Lee. Challenged by Carbone. Solano trying to win it back. Couldn't dispossess the builder, who was seeing precious little of the ball. Wednesday in trouble at the back again. Domi. Speed makes a run from deep. close down. The yellow shirts just don't seem to be able to get a foot on the ball. Every pass being cheered by the tsunami. Dyer. Ketspire lets it roll to Barton. And then it rolled to Ketspire, but between them they managed to sort things out. Georgian regains possession. Here is Barton, just beats the trap, couldn't find Solano with the delicate ball back inside the penalty area. And Carboni hasn't had the best of afternoons. Again, he stumbled when trying to pick the ball up. Domi, decent ball. Pressman had completely misjudged that. Didier Domi hoping that Alan Shearer was going to make the run towards the back post. Dyer just rolled it into his path. Very simple but sensible ball. And with Pressman off his line, Domi, I think he went for goal, but he certainly tried to pick out one of the two Newcastle players rushing towards the far post. He was just over hit for Shearer. Confidently done by Bart. Shearer. Newcastle first to a 50-50 ball. This time it was Dyer. Haslam had to get there first before Didier Domi. Newcastle toying with the opponents now. Sheffield Wednesday on the way to the 5th successive defeat in the league. They haven't scored a goal for more than 8 hours, haven't scored a goal in open play for 11.5 hours. It really has been a desperate start to the season, and even at 5-0, Bobby Robson's still not happy with everything that's going on. But that was a poor clearance by Harper. Almost resulted though in a Newcastle corner. There's Walker just rescuing the situation at the last moment for Wednesday. If Bobby Robson's not happy with everything, Danny Wilson, I'm sure, not happy with anything. Rare attack for Wednesday. 3 yellow shirts move forward. This is Carbone. Went for glory. Haslam played in though after the initial shot was charged down by Speed. Haslam made no contact with the ball as he slid in there. Didier Domi might need a bit of treatment after a late frustrated lunge. It's a good ball by Carbone. Haslam chased it, but Didier Domi read the situation, tracked back with the youngster, and got there first. Haslam decided he was going to have a kick, even if he didn't get the ball. Kieran Dyer seemed to fall into the challenge of Des Walker, if anything, got a kick just above the ankle. The last thing Newcastle need to spoil their perfect afternoon is a couple of needless injuries. Haslam. Wednesday probably enjoying their most sustained spell of possession in this second half, although they haven't really got anywhere with it as yet. Good ball though by Haslam to find the builder. The builder inviting Haslam to make the run on the overlap, which he's done. Well cut out by Lee, who dropped that little bit deeper. Just seeing that Carboni was in space on the penalty spot, and Lee's clearance is picked up by Speed. Now Ketsbaia takes it past the lunge of Emerson Toe. Still Tamori Ketsbaia. There's Walker, charged down the shot. Should be chased by Haslam to try and stop it going out of play for a corner. Batley's just won. Barton. Shearer chasing Domi's ball. Unlucky, but he couldn't quite keep it in. Shearer. Solano. Robinson makes a run ahead of him. This is Barton. Newcastle again with a slow, patient build-up. Ketsbaia. Still Tamori Ketsbaia. Lazy hit for Shearer as he was trying to roll it into the path of the England captain. Carboni leaves it for the builder, but Gomer is able to get the ball clear. Paul Robinson on as a substitute for Kieran Dyer as he picked up that ankle knock. Last thing Newcastle need on a perfect afternoon like this is a few needless injuries. Robinson comes on, hoping for his first Newcastle goal. He got 5 in 3 pre-season matches though. It's very highly regarded. Sheffield Wednesday's rare shot comes in from Nicky Alexanderson, but was well wide. Donnelly just playing in Alexanderson. Wednesday's first shot in anger of the second half. As disappointing as their entire performance this afternoon. Robinson. Cultured striker. Robert Lee finds Shearer. Good little nod down for Barton. Warren Barton unlucky that he couldn't quite bring the ball into his stride. Nolan did his defensive duties very well. It's a wonderful first-time ball across. Shearer there with a little cushion header. Barton slightly obstructed perhaps by Nolan, but just unable to bring the ball into his stride. Now Carboni after the mistake by Robert Lee. What can he do? Very little. Barton came back to cover. Stopped Carboni picking the ball up. Confidently and competently done by the Newcastle back line again. Tome keeps the ball in. De Builder the target. De Builder's got goal side, but the flag was up very late. The ball was played in by Emerson Tome. Fantastic cross for a centre-half. And Gilles De Builder just got in behind the two Newcastle defenders. Haslam. Wednesday finding a bit more space as the game progresses. Carbone. Again, the header from De Bilder was too deep. We'll go out of play for a goal kick. Robinson with a good little flick. Shearer trying to replicate that to play in Gary's speed. Throw taken quickly. Space for Barton. Robert Lee might go alone. Next to play in Warren Barton instead. Two in the centre for him. Lee forced wide by Sonner. Then given the space to turn back inside. And Rob Lee so close on this, his first appearance for Newcastle at St James's Park this season, to getting his first goal of the season. Lee's been very, very impressive since he's been recalled to the side. Solved Sonner the dummy one way, brought himself a yard to turn onto his left foot. It wasn't far away. Haslam. Wednesday have looked slightly more assured at the back in the second half as Carbone tries his luck. Hartwell scampering for a moment. Carbone saw that the keeper was a long way out. Needs a Carbone picking the ball up. Must have been fully 40 yards out when he tried his luck. Couldn't quite get enough air underneath the ball. Harper had the time to watch it go wide. Fitzbyron unable to bring the ball down in the midfield. Gomi making an effective clearance. Ketzbauer. Newcastle have been a little bit loose in the last 20 minutes or so. They haven't been able to keep the stranglehold on the game that they enjoyed in the 10 minutes either side at half-time. Gulmer almost caught in possession by De Bilder. Space again, though, in the Newcastle midfield. Speed withstands the challenge of Donnelly. Solano finds Robinson. What can the substitute do from here? He's done well, Paul Robinson. Pressman's handling very nearly let him down. With Solano in close attendance. Robinson still looking for his first Newcastle goal. Haslam quite happy to show him inside. Robinson onto his favoured right foot. Pressman's handling not the greatest. Solano. Cross too deep, is it for Robinson? Good goalkeeping by Pressman. The ball just catching the breeze as it came in. Pressman being able to make a fairly comfortable save. He's might have been at fault this afternoon, Kevin Pressman, and he's seen 5 go past him. Harsh game. You feel that if Gilles Builder or any of the other Sheffield Wednesday strikers or midfielders come to that could score and break this long goal drought, then at least Danny Wilson's men would get something out of this game. As it is, there can be no positives whatsoever from a performance. Just seen them concede 5 in the opening 47 minutes. It's hard to imagine a more morale-shattering defeat than they're going to have today. Good skill by Solano. Shearer wants it pulled back towards him. Solano waited too long, then tried to wrestle his way through and was unable to get the ball across. Solano just motioning to Shearer that he was expecting the run to be made towards the near post. Shearer just dropped deep towards the edge of the penalty area. Solano waited and waited, then tried to play it in for the run of Shearer towards the near post. Peruvian not happy that Shearer didn't make his run much sooner. Hughes. Good ball for Kexpire. Shearer. Shearer does well. Good ball across. Emerson Tone and Des Walker between them can get in the way. It was Walker that made the last challenge as Robinson made the run towards the near post. Shearer picking up the long ball forward. Turn inside Ian Nolan. A good cross towards Robinson. Des Walker just about able to get it away on that occasion. It's another Newcastle corner. Six in the penalty area as it's swung in. Free header for Shearer. Robinson trying to turn it past the on-rushing Kevin Pressman, who's still not back fully on his goal line as the header comes in, disappointingly in the end from Hughes. Pressman committed himself. He had to come out as Shearer headed it back towards goal. Robinson tried to turn it past him. Unfortunately for Newcastle, they couldn't get the ball back over Pressman as he was stranded. De Bilder. Still De Bilder. Done wonderfully well, the Dutchman. And the ball played by Alan Goma. Gilles De Bilder felt as though he was brought down on the edge of the penalty area. First real piece of trickery we've seen from him. Goma slid in. Solano might have been the one that caught him. Wednesday 3 against 3 for a moment. Alexanderson pulls it back for De Bilder. Couldn't quite get it in towards Donnelly on the edge of the 6-yard box. Newcastle again with a chance to break. Solano on the far side, shouting for the ball, which is delivered from Kexpire. Bart makes a run on the overlap, but that was cut out by Des Walker. Solano with time to get the ball in towards Shearer. And a clear again by the Wednesday back line. Barton waited somewhat for the ball to come towards him and almost gave Carboni a sniff of being able to regain possession for Wednesday. Harper caught in 2 minds with the clearance. Wonderful skill by Lee. Barton. Newcastle searching for a 6th. Robinson, caught by Haslam. Free kick goes Newcastle's way. And the only reason Sheffield Wednesday haven't been chasing shadows this afternoon is because the sun hasn't been out. Curious idea of 10 yards occupied by Danny Sonnet. Solano with the free kick. Shearer at the far post, too long for him, but it took a last touch off Tome on its way through, and it will be another Newcastle corner. Hitting with pace and deeper this time from Solano. Tome has just got the crown of his head to it. Three weight on the edge of the penalty area. Robinson at the near post. It's delivered towards Speed. Oh, what a wonderful goal! Newcastle get a 6, and Gary Speed's trademark run towards the near post gives dividends once more. Newcastle United have blown Sheffield Wednesday away. Solano with the corner. Speed's run not picked up at all. He needed a kind deflection off the woodwork, but Newcastle get the 6th goal that their efforts deserve. Gary Speed celebrating the 450th game of his career with his 3rd of the season. The 85th goal of those 450 games. So Newcastle preparing to make another substitution. Tamuri gets by the man that will come on. Played the vast majority of the 90 minutes in Bulgaria and the vast majority of the 90 minutes today. Jamie McLean, who is just about Newcastle's longest serving player, having been on the book since he was a 10-year-old, comes on for the final 12 minutes or so. Carbone. The builder trying to turn. Cleverly done again by Speed. Just happened to knock the ball off the Dutchman, now to play for a corner, for a goal kick. Robinson is the man that's made the run forward. Barton picks him out. Walker took his time to adjust to the trajectory of the ball coming in. Wednesday unable to clear their lines, caught needlessly in possession. Robinson, body checked, surely, it's a free kick, which Newcastle have again been awarded in a dangerous position. The quality of Solano's set-piece delivery has caused so many problems for Wednesday that every time the free kick is given away in one of those positions, I do fear that the Wednesday back line won't ship another one. Solano, it will be once more to strike in it. 6 in the area for him. Pressman punches, Shearer side puts, Newcastle get a 7th. And Sheffield Wednesday's miserable afternoon has just reached an all-time low. Alan Shearer, the 4th goal of the afternoon. Solano's free kick again causing problems. Pressman came out into no man's land. And having made that run, he had to catch the ball, something he didn't manage to do. And Shearer, with the simplest of his 4 goals, taps in. Newcastle in 7th heaven. Sheffield Wednesday's afternoon as miserable as they could possibly have imagined. Bobby Robson, not with the demeanour of a man who's seen his side score 7 in the first game that he's had in charge in front of the home fans. Inwardly, he will be as proud as you could possibly imagine. 7-0 to Newcastle. Shearer chasing, couldn't quite keep the ball in. Another substitution will be made by Newcastle, their final one, and it's Steve Glass who will come on, having had a long period out through injury. Didier Domi, the man who will come off to make way for the popular Scotsman. A standing ovation for both Domi and Glass. And Stephen Glass gets 8 minutes just to run the cobwebs out of his system after so long sitting on the bench and on the treatment table. just about the first misplaced pass of the second half as far as Newcastle are concerned. It was Aaron Hughes that executed it. Score of the first of the 7 goals. Just dispossessed by the sliding challenge of Alexanderson. Robinson on the end of the quickly taken throw. Handball by Robinson. Referee allows play to continue. Unable to just feed the ball inside the penalty area. Robinson then claiming he took the ball, and Alexanderson just giving him a good old-fashioned look. So Robinson will just whisper the word 7 to him as he walked past. The body check wasn't particularly clever. It stopped Gary's speed waltzing through the midfield. And some time it was, and another substitution will be made, this time by Sheffield Wednesday. And I would imagine that Gerald Sibon can hardly wait to come on to the field of play. 7 minutes to go, 7-0 down. Simon Donnelly, the man that makes way for him. And Sibon hasn't started the game since the first week of the season, a £2 million signing from Ajax. Just taking his wedding ring up before he comes onto the field of play. Straight away, the striker will drop very deep to defend. Another Newcastle free kick. Comfortably done by Robinson. Shot wasn't the best. And then he goes down, and it's another penalty. Sibon, seconds after coming onto the field of play, pulls Robinson back. And Newcastle have a chance for an 8th from the spot. Sibon lunged in needlessly, contact was minimal, but a penalty has been given. And Newcastle have a chance to make it 8-0. And Paul Robinson is begging Alan Shearer to let him have the chance to score the first goal of his Newcastle career. Alan Shearer, I'm sure, just gave him the grin. Shearer for his 5th and Newcastle's 8th. And it is 8-0 to Newcastle United. 1 point from 7 games before the start of play. And Newcastle have rattled in 8 goals against the Sheffield Wednesday side, whose confidence must be non-existent, and whose manager, Danny Wilson, must surely think this is now the end. The first penalty by Shearer hit into the roof of the net. That one definitely placed. Shearer scored 5, Newcastle have scored 8. And if there were any lingering doubts about Bobby Robson's ability to do a job, he's seen his side play 3 games, unlucky to lose at Chelsea to a disputed penalty, masterful in Bulgaria, sensational against Sheffield Wednesday. And I bet Sunderland can hardly believe it. The weekend they win 5-0 away from home. And all the headlines will be with their bitterest rivals. Just the 5 for Shearer this afternoon. Pressman had to make sure that the bounce didn't completely deceive him. Shearer just offside as Barton played the ball forward. Just the 5 goals for Alan Shearer this afternoon then. There was a rift with Ruud Gullit. People said that he wasn't at his best. People said that he'd lost it. He scored a hat-trick for England against Luxembourg. He was brilliant out in Bulgaria against CSKA Sofia. Now he scores 5 to mark Bobby Robson's first game in charge of the pair of them's hometown club. Hughes. The Toon Army have found life pretty tough over the last couple of years, but almost in one fell swoop, one performance has made up for it. A magical week for Newcastle United. There's Walker, who's seen this sort of thing before, not very often, but having a disconsolate figure. Newcastle chase a ninth. Dummy was from substitute Jamie McClenn. Now Solano. Robinson wanted the ball played in short. Shearer waits on the penalty spot, looking for a sixth. Newsom. Goma just lost his footing as the builder collected the ball, but recovered well. And Solano will be able to pick it up. Shearer ahead of him. Solano well dispossessed by Alexanderson, displaying the kind of fighting spirit that has been sadly lacking from Sheffield Wednesday for much of the afternoon. Shearer, he's got goal side again. Alan Shearer will find the angle too tight. He's got speed and McClenn in support. This is Barton. Now Solano. Still Alberto Solano. Still Solano. Des Walker rescues his side from the ignominy of conceding 9. Solano yet to score this afternoon, waltzing through. Walker just beating him at the vital moment. And at last, a good piece of news as far as Sheffield Wednesday are concerned. There's only 1 minute of time to be added on. Solano taking the corner short. Can he provide another quality ball? Lee. Robinson. This time it was John Newsom that came across to concede the corner. Newcastle having so much space. Substitute Paul Robinson with the cross. Newsom with a desperate, despairing header on a desperate afternoon. Solano fires it in, wonderful save! And the shot over the bar for Robinson. And Kevin Pressman saving his side from being beaten by 9. The header coming in from speed. Robinson's shot as he fell back. Poorly placed. It's hard to imagine 2 more contrasting consecutive home games. Newcastle beaten in pouring rain by Sunderland, spelling the end of Ruud Gullit's reign. Then, 3 weeks later, Alan Shearer scores 5 as Newcastle put 8 past Sheffield Wednesday in a basement battle. Hard to imagine that Newcastle, having played like that, have only picked up 1 point from the preceding 7 games. Newcastle get their first clean sheet of the league in 22 attempts, stretching back to February. Their first home league win in 8 games, stretching back to February. Their first win in 15 league games, stretching back to April. 5 for Shearer, 8 for Newcastle. Delight for the Toon Army, despair for Danny Wilson. And Sheffield Wednesday, having conceded 8 goals here on Tyneside, to the worst side in the league other than them, according to the league table, must wonder what their future, both short-term and long-term, has in store.